we spoke a little bit about the US earlier in the week. I wanted to ask you about China earlier in the week, but we just ran out of time. What's your view of what has taken place, particularly over the past week? Bearing in mind, tensions have been existing now for months now, but it appears to just be ratcheting up. What's your take on it?
Well, China's become very aggressive about the perceptions of the Chinese Communist Party. I've always thought they were on sort of a short fuse because they've got to deliver in the next 6 months or 1 year because I think the Chinese Communist Party worries about its longevity. The Soviet Union only lasted 74 years. The Communist Party of China is now in business for 71 years. And I think Biden's going to have a difficult time with China. I know the Morrison government isn't quite sure what to do with a behemoth in the room. So it's going to have to get very pragmatic. I think Biden has got a problem with China. In many ways, the president has left him very few options. I've used the expression he's potentially left America or Biden with a war with China, which can easily come in the East China Sea, the South China Sea, or Hong Kong, or particularly as if the Biden people pursue the human rights angle, which they will, and in fact they have, and or in Taiwan especially. When I was a kid, President Nixon went to China and fooled everybody. I mean, here he had an old-line communist who went to see, old-line anti-communist, going to see one of the great communist leaders, and they cut a deal for a number of years, and the deal was always Taiwan is the business of China, but the United States in the background always protected Taiwan, and we don't know if that's true today. So there are all kinds of flashpoints with China, and Australia, because it is a good partner in ANZUS treaty, tends to come in line behind the United States. So the American line on China is not very sure. But we know this, too, that after 4 years, President Trump's a gamble with pressuring Chinese with trade issues has led to exactly where I said it would. It was going to poison everything else, and it has indeed done that.
Well, Joe Biden has said this week that he's not going to change Donald Trump's China approach or his policy. He's not going to change anything relating to his trade deal with China at this stage. At this stage, that might change down the track, but right now he's not going to change anything. He's still only president-elect, mind you. But what does that mean for Australia, if anything, if things stay the way they are?
Well, then the tension will remain. That's very interesting. I saw that. Not going to change any of the trade policies. Pete, you may have noticed when you were over in the United States that the only thing Americans agree on in Washington is its anti-China policy. Both sides of the aisle regard China as a looming, not only economic, but strategic threat.
But Biden's not going to be a weakling when it comes to China, is it? I mean, he chaired its version of its Foreign Relations Committee, its version of that. So, I mean, he's tough on that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Biden has a team around him that is not only liberal and international minded, they're trigger happy. These are people who would be happy to use the 7th Fleet to go right through the Taiwan Strait or the South China Sea. Yeah, they like military application. They're not hesitant. One of the nice things about Trump is he's risk averse. He talks a big game, but he doesn't get in too many fights. The Democrats in my lifetime have gotten a lot of fights.
Yeah. Well, no new wars. No new wars for Donald Trump.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right. Joe Siracusa, good to chat as always. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Talk to you again on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Okay, bye-bye.